What is up, everybody? My name is Justin. This is Forever Self-Employed, all about pressure washing and quote IQ. And in today's video, we're going to have a little turkey talk.
Gobble, gobble.
I'm here with a special guest, a fellow turkey himself. Mike, how's it going, man?
It's going great, Justin. This is one of my favorite times of year, the fall time. We start with October, which is my favorite Halloween holiday, very festive at my house. And then we get into turkey time. I love turkeys. I am so excited. I've got two 20-pound turkeys that we're going to fry up tomorrow. And then from turkey time, we go directly into Christmas. I've already got the Christmas lights installed on the exterior of the home. And it looks phenomenal. I actually just lit up the entire tree myself.
Oh, nice, man.
I didn't tell you about. Maybe I did. Did I send you a picture?
Wrap the lights. I thought you had a tree. You have to wrap the lights around it and everything.
Yeah. Ryan from Froggy's Soft Wash, who does our.
Oh, you did your tree outside, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Right, good. I wanted to wrap. Good.
No, so that's it. So Ryan came and he did all of the exterior lightings. Beautiful job, phenomenal. He's got a great crew. And then he was actually trying to upsell me. I was up on the roof with his guys, and he was down on the ground. He's like, "Hey, we should really do your tree." And it's a giant tree. And I was like, "Well, how much is that?" And he's like, "More than the house." And the house was $2,000. And I was like, "No, thanks." And then I started to think, I was like, that would really look good. And my wife had actually mentioned it as well. And so I was I got a little saucy and went down to the old Ace Hardware and bought every single light that they had, the soft light, whatever. And got home and just started doing a little tree wrap. It looks pretty freaking cool. Oh, and then I got all these giant ornaments. They're like this big. I got red and silver, chrome, some gold in there. And I bought Walmart out of those. They didn't have a lot left. I think I got 32 of them. And then maybe 15 or 16 of the smaller ones that were like a little bit bigger than a softball. And I hung those all in the tree too. So we go crazy here.
Stallion, you got an outdoor tree decorated like an indoor tree is basically what you're telling us a little bit about.
You're picking up what I'm laying down, Justin. I like it.
Hey, I got it. You put it down. I picked it up. Okay, sweet. We want to let you guys know about a couple things. Obviously, Black Friday's here, and we're ready to celebrate with a couple of great special offers. So we want to let you guys know Quote IQ is $1 at myquoteiq.com. So if you need help sending estimates, invoices, or collecting payments, all for free, including things like review multiplier, tips on invoices, as well as keeping track of all customer data, how much you did the job for, what you did, all that good stuff. Check it out, myquoteiq.com. Also, Quote IQ ads right now, 40% off when you use the code QIQ. So if you guys are running ads on Facebook, if you're putting things on Instagram, if you're running into groups and stuff, these ads are perfect. They're scripted specifically for your business. Highly recommend you guys get one of these. They're modeled after my own personal ads. So I know that they do very well. And then also me and Mike are doing special deals on our in-person training, our one-on-one coaching. So if you guys are interested in that, all those links will be down in the comment section below. Also, Todd Catchall is here. He's in the current group that we're doing for in-person training, and he's going to be on the call today. So it's going to be really good. He's getting a double dose of Mike and Justin today. Huh, Mike?
Yeah, I apologize in advance, Todd.
People are lucky to get the double dose. And then we got Tyler from Payne's Pressure Washing says, "What's up, guys?" And we got EK Copy in the building.
Also Scott.
Scott is here. Scott is also a part of the group. I think you guys are seeing a theme here. Like the people that are really dedicated to bettering themselves, they show up on the calls, they show up in the classes, they show up for the videos, and they really like make it their whole life. Wouldn't you say so, Mike? That's what me and you do with every facet of our life.
Yeah, it is 100% dedication, implementation, education, all those ends, right? Education, dedication. There's some others that I'm really good at too. But yeah, that's absolutely, it's interesting. So, and I've talked about this guy before. He's in the inner circle. He has bought pretty much every single training program that we've put out. He also uses Quote IQ, which I didn't even realize until today. But anyway, so long story short, I get a call from this guy, and he's a great guy. His name's Tristan. He owns a company down here called Doc's Pressure Washing. Just started up, opened the doors 6 weeks ago, and he was telling me today that he's already booked $5,000 worth of work. Okay. So from 0 to 5K in a matter of time. And he only works on Saturdays and Sundays, right? He's got a full-time job, a good job, but he wants to move away and be his own boss. But so we were talking, and it was just great to kind of to see this type of guy who's, you know, a younger guy, but dedicated, just like Todd, just like Scott, just like George, like all of these guys that, you know, they understand the importance of doing it right. Right. And so he was just talking. He's like, yeah, it's unbelievable to me. He goes, I was talking to some other guys local to our area, and he goes, and like, they didn't want to talk with me. They were telling me that, you know, bandit signs were crap and, you know, this and that. And, you know, they don't have hardly any business and blah, blah, blah. And then he was like, well, you know, how's your pricing? Like, oh, I don't want to talk to you about pricing. And he's like, dude, that's wild, because like Mike just opens up about everything, right? Just puts it out for the world, not concerned about, you know, the competition. And like I said, you know, the better people get around me, the better we all do. And so it was just super cool. Like, just like the guys that are on here that take the time to learn and to, you know, get something from us. And we get stuff from them too. So it's just awesome. So cool.
One of the biggest things is that success leaves clues, and that's why we're doing the 100K plaques for anybody who uses Quote IQ and invoices 100K through it this year. We'll definitely have some coming up. We need to go ahead and schedule those, Mike. We need to go ahead and schedule those interviews. But we're going to be interviewing people that are doing six figures in their business, because, you know, if you implement the things that people do that are successful, then you're going to be able to have the success. And that's what we talk about within the coaching program is all the things that me and Mike do. We share a lot on YouTube, but there's a lot of secrets that we don't give away on YouTube as well. So we won't give them away today. But anyway, so if you guys are interested in this, you know, Quote IQ, invoice, become really successful. And yeah, I can't wait to get these interviews going though, Mike.
I know. I'm excited. We've got a couple. In fact, Mark Grace from Grace Pressure Washing, Marco Hilby, just texted me the other day. And if you happen to see this, I will get back to you. But yeah, we need to get him on the docket for an interview. Todd, there is a bunch of dudes that have absolutely crushed it, and all of that. You know, it's all Quote IQ. Not Quote IQ is not the reason why they are crushing, but Justin, get back on the screen, because I just want to just say that your shirt is terrible.
What? This is terrible?
That was our. So this is like the evolution, you know, like when you see Apple Computer and it was like they were in the garage in California, you know, it's just like this little shitty. Well, Wash IQ was what we were initially going to call Quote IQ, because we thought it was just going to be for, you know, the small little pressure washing industry. And then we decided this thing is way too good and it's got way too much potential to help so many more people, that we decided to, you know, kind of look good at, you know, at different names. And we came up with Quote IQ, and it really is all encompassing for, you know, anybody that's running any kind of business. And we've got guys that are doing like, it's stuff that we never even anticipated, like wedding photographers and like chair rental businesses. It's incredible. So very cool.
Yeah, we love it. The other thing is it's the same reason why you would add on a service like parking lot striping to your pressure washing business, right? Because you then can service more people, you can provide more value, and you get paid in direct proportion to the amount of value you provide. So there you go. By the way, if you guys haven't added parking lot striping yet and you're doing commercial pressure washing, what are you waiting on, right?
That Doc Jones, that's Tristan. Tristan, did you just hear me talking about you?
What does Doc Jones mean?
I don't know. It's kind of cool, because like he didn't name it after himself. Maybe I don't know, but I think it's cool because it's something completely different. But what's interesting is I miss all the old Gutter Guard videos. Anyway, so like Tristan called to me and he was like, hey, am I going to have any issues with like bandit signs? And I was like, yeah, in a couple areas you will. And he's like, okay, well, I got some and I'm going to put them out. He puts them out, dude. They are a complete replica of my $99 one, and they're crushing.
That's what I was. He probably got them from the sign place I was telling you about. They copied like a couple different versions of the signs.
Well, no, I mean he watches and he knows that I'm doing okay here in Savannah. So he's like, I'm going to see, but dude, like, okay. So you remember when like I got super into the whole Reddit thing where I was for organic reach, I created these Reddits, and people can go and post about their business. They can post, it's essentially blogs that help with local ranking and organic reach. Well, I started it just because I wanted to see how it works. I was running tests, and I opened it up for everybody. So guys are all in there. They're joining this Reddit. They're upvoting other people's posts. They're posting about their business, their locations, specialty services, very keyword search friendly. So Google can crawl and search and promote. And he's doing that. He's like, he's only been in business for 6 weeks. He hasn't ranked organically yet, but he is with my Reddit, and it's so cool.
I love that. That's beautiful. Yeah. Hey, the Reddit was started for a specific reason. Success leaves clues. You know what I'm saying? So, what else did I want to say, Mike? We were talking about some other things. Indiana Jones. Does Indiana Jones have something about Doc Jones? I've never seen Indiana Jones before.
Dad was
what? That's his dad? His doctor?
I don't know. We'll have to ask Tristan when.
Yeah, I don't know. So, dang, I had a place that I wanted to go with this. I missed the old gutter guard videos where Mike would roast the gutter guard companies. That was a lot of fun, huh, Mike?
Yeah, I like the old gutter guards. I also like paint companies.
We have some funny stories with regards to those as well, but things we cannot share on here.
You're
Mike has
bound not to speak of.
I feel like, dude, we have gotten more leads, just leads flying in for people trying to get in before Thanksgiving.
Dude, it's crazy. Yesterday alone, and I'm not even exaggerating. I could pull up. It won't show, but we've probably, we're booked out for almost a month, and that's not typical this time of year. And it's incredible. And I don't know what it attributes to. Maybe it's the, the new guard coming in as far as, the political thing that's happening, and people are excited and understand that things are going to get a lot better. There are some things that are going to be affected, and I think it's going to be hopefully a net type of situation where, right now we've got some pretty big inflation issues that we're all dealing with. When you go to the grocery store, when you go to the gas pump, you're feeling the inflation that's been caused by outrageous spending by our government. That's neither here nor.
You reminded me what I wanted to say. So
Okay.
Tristan did the yard signs, right?
Yep.
One thing with yard signs is if, and this is a little cheat code, guys, but if it has any of your personal information, then you can technically be attacked. This is why I love to attach all my yard signs to the Quote IQ call team, because then they don't get to me directly. It's not like, hey, you better come get your yard signs or we're going to call the police on you. It's like, there's a little bit of a wall there. I like doing that. That's just,
it's smart. And a lot of people do. They'll have burner phones specifically for bandit signs. And it's also a great way to kind of track how, your leads are coming in if you can do it like that. But what I was going to say is with, inflation as it is, obviously Trump and his entire Avengers team that he has assembled is going to, dramatically decrease the issues that we're experiencing with inflation. And I think we're going to see some pretty dramatic decreases in that department. However, because he is adamant about holding, other countries accountable, like China, like Mexico, like some of these other areas, the Philippines and Vietnam, all of which are dumping steel and wood and other cheap products into our country. He wants to put, pretty stiff tariffs on those goods, specifically China, right? China. And with that being said, you're going to start to see prices on the stuff that's being imported and produced in China. Those prices are going to go up because the people that are using China to manufacture, the people that are importing goods from China, they are not going to just eat those costs, right? They're not going to eat the tariffs. You know what you do? You increase the pricing of your goods domestically to compensate for the increase in tariffs, which inevitably are coming. He's basically said that. What I really hope is that he is going to stick with what he said about no more income tax and rely solely on tariffs. I am 100% in favor of that. All of this comes back to inflation going down, tariffs increasing the price of goods, but I think we're going to be, in a better place as far as the economy goes with tariffs. But I would definitely recommend, if you guys are looking at buying stuff, that's the Chinese stuff that's imported. And a lot of the stuff in the pressure washing world, in the soft washing world, it's mostly imported from China. There's very few things that are actually domestically produced. There's a lot of stuff that's assembled here, but it's not produced here. And so those costs are real. And so we're going to start seeing increases. So I would, take advantage of all these Black Friday deals that you're seeing out there. Stock up on the things that you need, and you'll put yourself in a much better place.
China. No, yeah, I hope the income tax goes away too, man. God, that would be so incredible. I mean,
Dude.
like, that would be
I'm so excited because I can control what we buy, right? I can't control what the government takes, and god damn, they take a lot.
Well, I'm really hopeful that they'll kind of go through everything and figure out where the waste is, because I think there's a lot of waste. Purcell line striping says coming in late. Peach is in the house. Hi, Justin. How's it going, guys? Question: is roof cleaning good enough and profitable enough as a standalone niche business?
Absolutely. In fact, personally, it's just like when people say, what marketing should I use? You do everything. If you've got a soft wash pump to do roofs, then do houses, do driveways, do it all, right? Don't, it's a great niche for sure. It's highly profitable, but I wouldn't just stick with one thing.
It's also like saying, like, are pencils, is that a niche enough service to start as a business? Well, yeah, but what if you could offer pins, and you could offer highlighters, and you could offer whiteout and paper clips? And it's just like, the more things that you offer, the larger your customer base is that you can offer it to. But of course, things like roof cleaning are also high margin. So, why not do some houses, some driveways, some other things on the property as well? If y'all are affected by the economy, you got to work harder, says Peaches.
Absolutely.
We appreciate the motivation, Peaches. Norm Coker from Lower Alabama, welcome. Is this a political call? LOL.
Sometimes.
I think politics really plays a huge role in a lot of this stuff. But just going back to, how busy the call, like, dude, we've been getting calls in left, right, and center. It's really crazy. And if you're not getting calls, then you don't have the right things set up in place to get those calls coming in. So that's something that you need to get fixed. Just going over year end for our washing company.
Dude,
we did what?
That's great. This comment is great.
We did over $210,000 from yard signs alone. We did get $500 in fines. Next year will be even more signs and fines. It's worth it. But like Jeremy, like, I'd love to ask you, like, dude, if we put in just like a couple of other marketing, ways for jobs to come in, dude, like, you could double this, you could triple this. Like,
I don't think that he's just saying that we did $210,000 from yard signs like that. He it, and he knows that he did 2K or 210K, and he paid $500 in fine. And that's a hell of an ROI, right? I'll pay $500 in fines if I'm generating $210,000.
Okay, that's just yard signs. I assume that all he was doing was yard signs. You wouldn't believe the amount of guys that we talked to where they're like, I get word of mouth and Facebook. And it's just like, dude, is that all that you have coming in? This is another thing. Somebody who's this mindful of their numbers, that they have a good handle on their business. When somebody asks you, hey, what's your numbers on this? You should be able to say it. And so, like with Quote IQ, we actually have sales by service. We have where your lead flow is coming from. And you can actually see these numbers at a glance. And that's very important. What'd you say, Mike?
Yeah, absolutely. Data drives decisions. And if you don't have the data, then you're making dumb decisions. It's not that you're making dumb decisions. You can't make intelligent decisions because everything should be based on your numbers. There are too many guys out there that just like, well, how much should I charge for this? Well, sure, there's a baseline, but like, there's a lot more to it than asking somebody, what should I charge?
The other piece to this too is like, what if they were looking at the books at the end of the year and it's like, dude, we spent $5,000 on yard signs, but you didn't know how much the yard signs equated for. You might say, oh, well, we should probably cut that budget down next year. Well, it's like, dude, they accounted for over $200,000. But if you don't know those numbers, then you don't know you need to keep pushing money into it. So yeah. George Yost in the house. George is also in the most recent coaching group. So George, we're going to see you today. Everybody's getting a double dose. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of fun. Elite Wash Services. What's up, fellas? I know. LLC here. Damn. LLC in the building. Right, Mike?
Yes.
What is a better return, banded signs or Facebook ads? Depends. I would say, yeah.
Well, I would say for my business, historically bandit signs have had a better ROI, but we've also been doing bandit signs a lot longer. We've invested a lot more in bandit signs. We've refined bandit signs. The beautiful thing about Facebook ads compared to something like bandit signs is you can change them immediately. With bandit signs, we buy them 500 at a time, right? After we've kind of tested and proven. We don't buy 500, out of the gate on a new design. We'll buy 100, see how they perform, tweak them. Shit, I probably got 100 signs that I haven't used because I saw they weren't working, and then I tweaked them, bought a bunch more, tested those, they work. So we've been just using those. So like at some point, if we run out, we'll just go stick out the ones that weren't as good because we've got them. But with Facebook ads, you can tweak them. The copy, you tweak it, right? Okay, I need to move this up. I think that this was hidden too deep and people aren't getting to it. So but you can do that instantly. So I think they've each got their place. But for us, historically, bandit signs have done better. Justin, I would say the complete opposite. He's had tremendous success with Facebook ads.
It's all about your strategy. If you're somebody who just runs Facebook ads and you don't really have like a strategy or a way behind it, even if you're putting out bandit signs, if you don't have a strategy and a way around it, then you're not going to get the results that you want. I could throw bandit signs in an empty lot somewhere that gets no traffic and then be like, bandit signs don't work. I could run Facebook ads that are just like a picture with like 500,000 characters on it and not getting jobs and say it doesn't work. So it's all about diversifying and then utilizing a strategy that's going to get the best results possible.
A/B test the shit out of everything.
Yeah. If you're somebody who's super like cost focused, like if you don't have a lot of money to spend, I would say bandit signs is probably better ROI because you spend the money once, you put the signs out, and then they either get jobs or they don't. With Facebook ads, I don't know. You could waste a lot more money. So if you don't know what you're doing. I have a lawn care business with leaf pickup. I'm having a problem with pricing. People are saying it's too expensive. So how do you price it out so the customer will want to use my service? If it's too expensive every time, you just charge a little bit less.
Or there's two things. It's either you charge less or find better customers.
There you go. So a lot of people's troubles come from where they're getting their customers. I will tell you, Facebook customers are significantly cheaper than a Google customer. And that's because one was actively searching out the service to be done. And the other one got interrupted and they're like, hey, do you need pressure washing? And they're like, well, I'm not against getting pressure washing right now. And so you just have to know where your customer's coming from. And then if everybody's telling you you're too expensive, then maybe you're too expensive. So how bad do you need the work? Purcell line strapping, very important. That's why I use Quote IQ. Not only does Purcell use Quote IQ, he actually won a year subscription to Quote IQ for free, ultimate subscription. And so now
he also got a QIQ ad, right?
He got a QIQ. Yeah. He bought QIQ ads before, but he definitely got a year of ultimate. So anyway, that was because he got on the winner call and we spun the wheel and he won. So it was a lot of fun. It was funny. I think we mentioned him like before we spun the wheel, and then we spun the wheel and he won. So it was just kind of it was a lot of fun. What makes the perfect bandit sign? We got a lot of videos on this. But
yeah, lots of videos. I've got some really good videos, but I'll break it down real quickly. Simplicity, a call to action, and your contact information.
Yep. Very simple.
The call to action is the most important thing.
KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Right?
Yep.
But also learn from people that have done it before. It's not all about what the sign looks like, too. It's about the placement. It's about tweaking and moving and testing. So just like what Jeremy says, that's exactly what we did with signs. We tested, tweaked. We know which ones work and what areas. It's the only way to do it. Mike, we're going to try Quote IQ with you for next spring. Nice, man. I wonder, I probably know where you're coming from, like what software you're coming from. But dude, Quote IQ is the best bang for your buck anywhere. I don't care where else you're even looking. Like, it's so cheap. It's too cheap, honestly. It's the price will go up
right now.
Wait, what?
Let's raise the price right now.
The price is going up. You guys were working on something super cool. Can we tell them, or should we just wait till we're done with it?
Do we know how long it's going to be?
We don't. All right, I'm not saying anything. I did, and I love it. Perfect. Purcell, we appreciate it, man. Scott says, I'd like to win a year. I think you should do a drawing with just my name in it. It would increase my odds.
That would dramatically increase your odds, Scott.
That's funny. Thomas, what's up, guys? Oasis Soft Wash here. Lunch break, watching them back to washing. Dude, Thomas
Love
in
it.
the house, baby. Thomas, $1,200 to $1,500 roof wash, man, coming in hot. I wouldn't wait until spring. Tell them about the best time to plant a tree.
That is true. And that's one of the things that we're like Justin was saying earlier, we've got a lot of specials for Black Friday. We've got, QIQ ads. We've got everything on the resource page. We're also doing super great deals on our next one-on-one coaching, which is probably going to be, I don't know, January, February-ish. And because of the timing on that, a lot of guys will say, well, I just am going to wait until the spring to do the training. I really want to do it. But you know what happens? You wait until the spring and then it's too late to implement. Like guys like Scott, like George, like Todd that are in this group right now, they understand that this is like the best time. And all three of those guys are in areas where it's about to get cold and they ain't going to be washing. But what they're going to be doing is working on their business, growing their business, doing the groundwork for the spring. And they're going to take all the knowledge and everything that they get from this training program with Justin and I, and they're going to be able to implement it leading up to the spring. So when that time comes, they're hitting the ground running, right? They're not waiting around. They're not saying, well, I'm going to wait until the spring. Well, just like Purcell said, the best time to plant the tree is yesterday. The next best time is today, or 20 years ago is the last best time to plant it. But we don't have 20 years. We don't have time machines. So get in and do what you need to do now.
If we could just find that flux capacitor, Mike, I will have a time machine. So.
I wish I had one.
If you know where Marty's at, tell him. Have you seen the guy who does the shorts, Mike, where he'll drive through and he says, "I'm with No Tech, and I'm here to meet Marty. Are you Marty?" No, I'm Marty with No Tech. I have the flux capacitor. Are you whoever? Have you never seen it? They wave him in. They're like, "Oh, okay, well, come on in." So he gets
he's going through gates and stuff.
Yeah, he gets like free parking.
Oh, that's great.
It's really funny. So. Started my LLC this year, purchasing equipment now. Plan on hitting it hard early 2025. We'll be doing some training probably middle of the year. Been like a sponge the last year learning, says
awesome.
Dylan. Yeah, sounds good, Dylan. Perfect time is downtime. That's true. Very true. Is this just for pressure washing business or any service-based business? Any service-based business. The stuff we teach is gold. This is another thing that I say, and I tell this to every single person that we talk to with regards, if they're interested in the training. Mike's commercial script is worth the entire cost of the training. Okay, when you get a call from $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 job, and you don't know where to begin, where to start, who to talk to, what to say, or how to separate yourself from the competition, you will be kicking yourself in the ass for not getting this commercial script, because the things that Mike does, he layers it. He gives himself so many competitive advantages that, like, if you were to quote against him, you really wouldn't have a very good shot.
I actually, and not patting myself on the back, but I have not told you this. Got a call today. We were in the car, and it was, I can't remember how many buildings. 6 buildings, 3-story buildings. I'm familiar with the property. We've done work over there before, but this is a new property manager. And that's the thing with like apartment communities, is the turnover for management and maintenance is just, it's almost constant. So like you have to like be on your A game. Well, this guy just happened to call, and I ended up getting all the information that I needed, and essentially I'm not going to say it, closed an $18,000 job on the phone with the guy. And obviously he has to set it up, but he's like, yeah, everything sounds good. Looks good. When can you guys get out here? And I did the same thing. This was not a big one, but it was like, I want to say like a $4,200 roof job. It was a big commercial, 10,000. Anyway, again, on the phone while driving in traffic, it was phenomenal. And it's all about positioning, knowing what to say. Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's gold. So, but hey, look, if you guys want to wing it, by all means, wing it until you get to the point where that big call comes through. And you know what happens, Mike? When that call comes through, you got to be quick. You got to go out. You got to walk the property with the person. They want to get quotes in, because usually they're getting 3. Yeah. So anyway. Can we get a link to the training? I just started watching. It'll be linked in the comment section and the description. It'll be in the description right now. So if you click the title of this video, it'll pop down and you'll see it's a form. Fill it out, and we'll be in contact with you.
Yeah.
It's not cheap. It's not cheap, by any stretch, but it's well worth it. It's all of our best stuff. Did a roof wash this morning for $1,250 and sold to 2 neighbors for $1K to do after lunch. Homeowners insurance, roof letters have hit here locally, and it's almost name your price because of the 30 days.
Dude, the roof, the insurance companies and their roof letters have been like a fucking gold mine for me. And that's why I made that video. I made this video for my own business, and I call it the fear factor. And I call it the fear factor because the entire video, it's like talking about how insurance companies are screwing over homeowners. They're going to cut your policies. They're going to cancel. You're going to lose, like this. It's like, but it's all real. They are going to Google Maps, and they are, they're taking images of, homes that they insure, and they're saying, hey, I want to, you need to get your roof cleaned because you need to properly maintain it in order to maintain your policy, and people are having to do it, or they're losing their policies, or they're switching companies. So it's phenomenal.
And that's exactly why Mikey made this ad, pretty much to mimic that same, letter, but in an ad that you can run. So just something to keep in mind.
Yeah,
this is one of my favorite ads. Okay,
I run this on Facebook, and I've got it posted, everywhere where I post my stuff. But it crushes. And and there's a call to action, everything. But this is a video that you guys can get for your own business with your logo, your company name, voiceover, everything. And you run it in your own area and get people to really be aware, because it's all about education. Like the gentleman earlier who said, is roof washing something that I should solely focus on? Is it a good niche? It is a great niche, but it is an underserved niche. It's an under-known niche. A lot of people don't even understand that they can actually do something about those ugly black streaks on the roof. They just think they have to live with it because they've lived with it forever. Now it's our job as business owners who provide these services to get out there and let them know that, yes, this is a service. We are professionals. We do it the right way. We're going to safely clean your roof so you don't have to look at it. So you don't have to worry about your insurance companies, canceling your policies. And so it's all about education. We've got the roof washing explainer video. That thing has been crushing for years for me. It's just a little cartoon image explaining what is going on your roof, right? The cause of it, what it's the damage that it's causing, how we treat it, and how you can get in touch with us. And so that, coupled with all the other things that we do as part of our marketing effort, really has kind of set us as the go-to folks for roof cleaning in my area. And I assure you, because of the profit margins in roof cleaning, you want to be the go-to guy. You want to be the expert. You want to set yourself up, as that expert in your market. So definitely, educate.
It's a great way to go with regards to getting business. I haven't had any calls for 3 weeks. Freezing temps coming in the next coming weeks. Put my rig down for winter sleep with RV antifreeze and tarped up. Man, this sucks.
Yeah, that sucks, George. But you're doing the right thing right now. Is in about an hour and a half. How long? 3 and a half, whatever. We'll be getting on, and we'll be working with George.
Yeah, and George, we're gonna give you everything, man. So it's gonna be great. Thank you for this advice. The pricing I have now is for just pick up $50 for the yard. It's $100 per man hour. I don't know, man. If people don't have $50, I don't know what to say. And where are your customers coming from? That would be the other thing that that you can address.
Yeah.
Love them creating the urgency. Absolutely. And then we just capitalize on it. When you put your pressure washer to sleep, you got to wake up your snow plow. There you go. Jimmy knows what, or Joey knows what's up. So yeah, we wanted to come on here, have a little turkey talk. You know what I mean? Just chat with you guys, see what was going on. I mean, for us, business has been booming. Everything's going really great right now. So
we did have a trailer go down.
Oh yeah, you want to talk about that, Mike?
Well, no, not really, but it did happen. Like a couple of funny things have happened over the past, few days. Well, the last week. One of the axles, the hubs, the bearings on the axle, apparently just shit out, and it happens, right? I mean, we've had to change these things out in the past, and so make sure that you're doing your preventative maintenance. Lubricate the hubs because they definitely need their bearings, and they will go bad. But apparently, someone pulled up next to Mac, and he was like, "Your tire's on fire." And so he pulls over, and sure as shit, it was just smoking like crazy, like just wobbling, completely not drivable. So I was like, he was in front of one of the local malls. And so I was like, it was like Bass Pro Shop. I was like, pull it in front of the Bass Pro Shop, park it, and take anything that is of value that could be removed easily and go get the other trailer. And so he did that. I had a flatbed tow truck go and pick it up and take it back to our storage facility, where I have still not done anything with it just because I've been consumed with other things, but it will have to be addressed. So that's something that will probably happen in the next couple days.
You got to do it. You got to do it too. It's some of the stuff that we don't want to do, but we have to do. Planning my upgrade, says George. I think off time is a really good time to make some different switches and swaps. Mike obviously gave us a trailer, and one of the things that we're going to do is switch the chemical tank and the water tank, and then we're also going to get a new maybe a new system for doing our soft wash, Mike. So that we kind of talked about a little bit,
Yeah. Well, it's pretty cool. So one of my friends, and I don't know how well Justin, Mike Carmody, but he's a great dude. And so the other day I saw one of his videos, and he was talking about this soft wash pump. And so I watched the video, of course, and I just enjoy the hell of the Fresh Rinse. Check him out. But so he got a Harbor Freight pump, and bought a proportioner, and then he fabricated this phenomenal looking bracket, and it's basically like a little mini skid, if you will, so everything fits just perfectly and nicely, and but yeah, so he's I talked with him, and it looks like he's gonna be producing and selling these, and so pretty cool. Definitely, it's like in between like a 12 volt and like an AR-45. And so, yeah, he's calling it, I can't remember, the Cheap Shot. And so he actually sent me some visuals of what it's going to look like, because he's obviously not selling the one with his company colors and Fresh Rinse and whatnot on it. But he's got them looking really, really sharp. And it would actually be perfect for my business, All American, because of the motif. But yeah, super, super cool. And so, and it's like a fraction of the cost of the ARs. And I just saw, hold on. Mike is actually calling me right now. Should we bring him on?
I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, Mike.
My brother.
Hey, so you're live on YouTube right now, and we're actually talking about your Cheap Shot.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. No, we were just talking about it, and Justin's actually playing the video right as you called. But I was just kind of like talking about how badass it is, and it's relatively inexpensive for the performance that you get. Do you have any updates on this?
I do, brother. There's so many things going on with this. My head is spinning in all the right directions, and I could not possibly be more excited. I will be unveiling the market version of the Cheap Shot very, very soon. Obviously, the holiday has me kind of speed bumping here, but Lord willing, this weekend, if not the first of this coming week, I will have the full version ready for display, and then we'll be taking some pre-orders and hopefully getting them shipped out very, very soon.
Well, that's exciting, man. I need to get in line for that, and I know Justin wants to as well. So yeah, super cool, man. And I'm just thrilled that you're doing this.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I really appreciate you allowing me to use the platform there. I know that was unintentional, but here I am calling in perfect time.
Yeah, well, I'd called you before just to see if it was okay if we talked about it, and you didn't answer. Just kind of left me unread, if you will. And so, but so anyway, thank you for calling back, and I'm glad that it worked out. So hopefully, some of these folks that are watching will go check out your channel, the Fresh Rinse, and then check out the Hot Shot or the Cheap Shot.
Yeah, I will actually have a video going up tonight, Wednesday, with another sample video of the Cheap Shot doing some flat work, 2-story high peak shots. It's kind of cool. So be looking for that later on this evening.
Yeah, absolutely. We will. All right, brother. Well, you take care. Happy
All right,
Thanksgiving.
thanks, man.
See you, buddy.
Likewise. Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, that couldn't have been more perfect.
Wow. It was meant to happen that way.
Like, seriously, what are the chances of that?
Like, I know we had just talked about it. Anyway, I'm excited. I can't wait to see how that does against your AR, Mike. Like,
Yeah.
just for the price of it and the warranty through Harbor Freight, and I mean, this is small. Like, it's smaller than the other one. I
Yeah.
can't
Well,
wait.
it's significantly smaller. The footprint is smaller than the AR, and it's like more vertical the way that Mike has got it assembled. It's cool. So, we saw a little bit of it in that clip that you played. He's going to put out a video tonight, and like I'm going to pre-order because I want to try it out and see what all this is about. When we first started years and years ago, I was a very, very well, I've always been mechanically inclined. I owned a custom motorcycle shop where we actually fabricated motorcycles from the ground up. And I'm not talking about assembly. I'm talking about welding and cutting and making frames and handlebars and all of the above. Obviously you buy the transmissions and the motors, but so very handy as when it comes to that. And I love cutting. I love the smell of steel and welding. It's just something that I've always enjoyed. When we started the business, I inherited two trailers with, I didn't inherit, I bought them, but they came with the business and they were, on their last legs. At that point we were new and I was, still cobbling things together, but we were using Harbor Freight Predator engines, the V-twin engines way back then. And they perform well. They do a good job. And I think that they've gotten better over time. And so it's pretty exciting to see these things doing good. And this Donald Hampton is saying that he's hitting 55 feet with his. So very cool.
Yep. Yeah, he's had the same pump and it works great. Yeah, I can't wait to give it a shot. So we definitely will. Mike and Justin, thank you for the dedication and support. If you guys haven't heard it today, you are appreciated. God bless and happy Thanksgiving.
Hey,
all right, we really appreciate that, man.
Yeah, happy
We
Thanksgiving.
have not heard that today, I promise. I don't feel that way, Mike. I mean, do you feel like, I don't know. I mean, we put a lot out there. We just, it's nice to hear sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Put up Norm Coker's because this is something that I think is good.
Okay. Found you guys about a month ago. After being in the industry for 48 years, I can say that you are never too old to learn, and I have tremendously thanks. Dude, that's huge, Norm.
See, like,
I will say this is the biggest problem with 99% of people that have been in business for a long time. They stop learning and they stagnate, and then either their business just goes down from there. Either you're growing or you're declining. So
yeah. Or you're just staying stagnant. And I think that's a lot of what happens in industries like this, where, you kind of get to a point where maybe you're comfortable and, maybe you're just worn out and you don't want to put in the extra effort. You don't, when the end of the day is done, you get done what you need to get done, but you're like, I don't want to grow. I don't want to learn more, or I know it all. I'm not going to learn anything from anybody. And I could be blamed for having that to some degree many years ago, but I had, an epiphany, and I realized that I am not the end all be all of anything. There is nothing that I am the expert in. I'm good at some stuff and I can help people with a lot of stuff, but there's a lot of stuff that I don't know, and there's a lot of stuff that I want to know, and a lot of stuff that I'm going to learn. But every single day, I'm learning and I'm getting better. Like I put more effort into my education as a 50-year-old man than I did my entire existence as a student. And I graduated from college. I went to all kinds of postgraduate educational, business, sales, you name it. But like, it's just education is I'm a sponge and I want to learn and I want to get better. So I love guys that say stuff like this, because Norm, this means more to me, especially from somebody that's been in the industry for 48 years, because 90% of the guys that are, like you and I, they hate me. And they think I'm an asshole because I'm providing information and I'm training people and giving stuff,
Well, you are an asshole, Mike.
Well, this is yeah. That's true. Hey, the shoe fits, you put it on and you wear it.
Anyway, I'm just kidding, obviously. No, Norm, we appreciate the comment, man. Really do. Okay, I wanted to say something else. Oh, I think the other thing, Mike, is we realize how important education is because we see it firsthand now. Like when we coach these guys up, like literally we got guys that started off with a course because they got fired from like their bartending job, and now they do $300,000-$400,000 a year because they implemented all the things that we
Dude,
talked
Chris,
about.
the striping guy, he just said, "Hey, what's up? Great stream." Right? This is
A perfect example. I met Chris. He was running through the forest for $14 an hour, and now Chris does multiple six figures in his business. Like,
yeah.
the proof is in the
But
pudding.
it's because guys like Chris, and we say the same names all the time, but these guys are built different, right? Chris saw he didn't want to be where he was. He knew that he could achieve more than what he was. He saw that there was people out there like Justin who, you were very nice and basic. I don't want to say you took Chris under your wing, but you did. And now, Chris has put together one of the greatest training programs that we have, How to Stripe, right? He is changing people's lives with what he's learned. He's perfected. He's turned into, multiple six figures in a very short time. And he's just continually growing and getting better and sharing. And, it's remarkable.
Yeah, it's really good. You get to see it firsthand. I think we get a lot of enjoyment out of that as well. Oh my gosh, dude. Moses has 50. Dude, Moses is the man.
Crushing.
Okay, so Moses
another
is
one who's in our group
Yeah.
this session. Like, I think, has everybody been on?
Dude, yes. I think everyone in the class has been on this live stream, which is really crazy. Real close.
That's freaking awesome, Moses.
The thing about this coaching, guys, and the best thing about it is we push you outside of your comfort zone. Moses does not like doing anything on the internet. He likes to keep things on paper. He's not a big technology guy, but he's working outside of his comfort zone and he's getting better. And so huge wins for Moses.
Okay.
What?
Interesting. Well, there's a couple that I wanted to look at.
Do you think companies? This question is just Cali, by the way.
But okay, so that's a dual-sided. If you're in commercial, then probably you're going to have to provide the requirements that the government out there in your communist state require, right? And it's my understanding that you do need some sort. But like, I think if you're focusing on residential, it's not going to be as big a problem. So, it just depends on what you're going to do. And if it is, you do want to get into the bigger commercial contracts, then go ahead and start that process of getting the documentation and whatever it is that they require out there. And I know it's a bunch of hoops that you have to drop through.
Absolutely.
Okay, go to Thomas.
The other thing about Chris is if you guys are interested in adding parking lot striping to your business, we're actually doing 50% off the How to Stripe course right now. So
that's heavy.
I highly recommend you guys get in on that course now. Watching from Hawaii. Honestly, if I would have never found y'all and listened to your education and expertise, my learning curve would have been many years longer, and not to count the amount of money I would have wasted. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate
it. Nice log, bro. I need clarification on this. Mike, any thoughts on updating your website or hiring a pro for that? So if you're asking about, I'd love to know which website you're speaking of. And if you're offering to hire it or you're offering like your services, you don't think our website is good. So which website are you speaking about? Because I do want to talk to that point, if you would answer that question, as opposed to updating or hiring a pro.
Trevor says, happy Thanksgiving. I've trolled y'all for the last 3 years. I'm starting up next April. Couldn't have done it without watching your videos. Thanks. Why has he been trolling us for 3 years?
No, not trolling in a negative way. He's been watching.
Okay. Your main pressure washing page.
So like my Clean Savannah page.
Looking at feedback. Looking at feedback.
I don't know what that means.
Log Pro, are you trying to solicit business through a live stream right now?
Well, and so this is actually something that's interesting. So my website is 17, 18 years old. And so because of that, it's aged, right? And aged websites perform unbelievably well. It's just how things work. That's the one great thing about being a business for a very long time, if you had a website. And so probably about 5 years ago, I went from our original website that was good, it ranked, to a more professional website. But again, this is many, many years ago. So it wasn't optimized for mobile. And so that always bothered me because when I'd go to it on like a mobile device, it just didn't look good. And so from there, I decided, okay, I'm just going to mess with it. I talked to a bunch of different people in that space and was like, okay, is this going to have an impact on, my ranking, how it, the age of it? And they're like, not really, but it could. But again, this is probably 7 or 8 years ago when I decided to make that change. And so I made that change. I did it all myself. And then again, I was like, oh man, well, we were working with another website company who'd done a lot of stuff for a bunch of people that I know. And I was like, okay, maybe I want to let them get to it because of, it would just be more modern and up to date. And they were completely upfront with me. And they're like, no, don't mess with it at all. It's aged. It's great. It ranks super high. Like you are ranking for the top position, every single keyword, blah, blah, blah. Don't mess with it. And so in my opinion, websites are very important. You have to have a website. It needs to be ranking, SEO friendly. So it's pushing, whatever. Lots more to websites than, most people understand or know, including myself. But in my opinion, people that come to our website, they're coming for one reason, right? They're coming to get a quote. That's the only thing. They don't care about your blogs. They don't care about anything else. They only care about one thing, getting a price for the services that you offer. So would I want to redesign my website? Absolutely not. I've got InstaQuote on the homepage. We get probably 5 to 6 InstaQuotes every day of customers that hit our website because it ranks really well. And, it's easily searchable, whatever, all of it. It's just a perfect storm. So my website is tight. But like InstaQuote is absolutely the key. You can have a contact form. You can have the fanciest website ever. But if you can't get a quote to a customer super fast, guess what happens? They bounce. They call somebody else, or they're going to fill out a contact form. Probably not, right? A lot of people don't do that, but they will fill out the contact form that's built into InstaQuote because you are giving them something that they want. They want a price. They have to give you a little bit, right, to get that price. And so it's a no-brainer. InstaQuote is the game changer that pretty much probably everybody that's watching this should implement in their business on their website today. It is unbelievably inexpensive for what it does. And it's just a no-brainer.
And you might have said this, Mike, but the website conversions when you have this go way up. We were literally running tons of money from Google into our website. And I was like, dude, we're getting tons of clicks, but nobody's like filling out this form. It's because the form is too long. It's like 40 questions on there, and they're not even guaranteed like a callback or anything else. We still get form fill outs, but we get far more InstaQuotes because they get an instant quote. So not to mention when a customer quotes themselves and schedules themselves and you didn't even have to talk to them, it's like it doesn't get much better than that. So highly recommend you guys check out InstaQuote if you're into that kind of thing. TikTok, see you boys in a few.
Mm-hmm.
Justin is going to be stuffed like a turkey.
Yes, he is. Yes,
Like,
George, I did. I thought we talked about that. I thought we talked about it in depth, actually. But not if you just sent it within the past like 3 or 4 hours. Patrick Young says, guys, recently saw a video about a guy building a $300 Harbor Wash soft wash. We just had him on. Like I just was talking to him on the phone. It was kind of fun.
Yeah, so just rewind this a little bit. You'll see it.
Hey, what Georgia? Where are you at? Georgia, Florida, like Brunswick?
What course would you recommend that y'all provide? Okay, we don't have any courses on drone washing, which I think is what Trevor was inquiring about.
Yeah.
I would recommend the coaching, honestly. It's the best money that you'll ever spend. Like when you invest in yourself, the dividends they compound. And so if you get the coaching, it's all of our best stuff. It's one-on-one with us. It's us digging into your business. And it's us giving you homework every single week, holding you accountable to the homework. So
yeah.
I mean, how to wash if you don't know how to wash. I mean, but
he says he got 15 years in industrial water jet, high pressure, high volume cleaning and facility. So it sounds, what I just saw, and I don't know, I screenshot it because I was going to send it to you, Justin. Someone, and I'm assuming it must have been on Facebook, but the guy was selling his drone thing. bought it. And I think those things are pretty damn expensive. I don't know exactly how much, but yeah, it didn't pan out. He's like, I just never got any business from it. It's a niche service, right? And I think it could be really, really cool. I've not seen it in person. It just seems like a whole lot of moving parts. But you know,
the best thing for anybody who's on here for a business is to have a concept first. Start the business and don't spend all your money on things that you don't even know that there's going to be a market for. Like literally, you could build a wash business for 3 to 5 years and say, if there's tons of industrial work coming in, it's like, oh, we'd have to have a drone for this. It's like, okay, great, get the drone then. But you don't buy the drone and then say, I'm going to go out and try to find drone pressure washing. It's like, dude, you have no basis for customers or pricing or the demand or anything. So
yeah. I think that there is a demand. I think that there is a need for that, but you nailed it. Like, figure out the need before you make the investment. And I think that that's what one of the comments was. He got, they were really good at sales.
Yeah. So anywho's what's it's Mike, anything else we want to cover in this Thanksgiving live stream? No. So I hope everybody has room for stuffing and turkey and mac and cheese and a nice spot for a nap after that.
I can't wait, Justin. I'm so excited.
And some football.
Fried turkeys, 2 fried turkeys, back to back. Let's go. And I do that because I love the leftovers the most.
Do you ever watch the Lions, Mike?
The Detroit Lions?
Yeah, I watched a video last night on how the Detroit Lions offense is like just off the charts this year.
Yeah, Jared Goff is a badass. The Lions are fun to watch.
So yeah, I'm going to be watching them if they play this.
Steelers play on Christmas Day. I can't remember when we play. I don't know what the game is tomorrow, but it's great. Like, we love football in my house. So there's a Thursday, a Thanksgiving game. There is a Friday game, and then of course Sundays.
Yeah.
Wait, Xander Ross said, saw you driving in Savannah yesterday. What kind of car was I in?
That's weird, bro. I saw you.
What do you think about Leon John's MoFlow? Justin Brewer, who asked that question. I have not personally seen one other than, a couple little videos here and there, but it looks pretty cool. Joe Deary just put a video out yesterday. He was getting rid of his, X6. I can't remember if that's what it's called. That's another soft wash pump that I've never used, but Joe swore by that thing, right? He loved it. But he got one of the MoFlows, and it's, he's whatever. Very cool. So we'll see how that thing performs for Joe. He'll be very honest and let you know what everybody thinks. But yeah, it's been getting a lot of hype. A lot of things get a lot of hype, but they don't always pan out. And so it's interesting to see, some yeah, that's funny. Why were you in I was in the white Land Rover, the newest style. That's funny. If it wasn't you, then nope, that was me. Where did you see me? And were you in a wash truck? And why didn't you wave? But interesting. So yeah, definitely interested in seeing what that thing does. These gas pumps are very cool. We've gone through the entire gamut. We've run absolutely everything from 12 volts, 24 volts, air diaphragm, gas. And now, we still run we don't run air diaphragm, but we still have electric and we still have gas, and there's a place for everything. So very cool.
Yes. Okay. Sweet. What's the word of the day, Mike?
Let's go with, what's Carmody's thing called? Oh no, let's go with turkey.
Turkey. I like it. Where can you find analytics information about service needs in a particular area? You cannot. If you could, that would be really great. So, okay, sweet. Let's end it there. If you guys made this far in the video, comment down below. Turkey, hashtag your own. My name is Justin, forever self-employed, all about pressure washing and quote IQ. And until next time, hustle hard. Get that money, baby. Peace.